The Sound of Music is one of Broadway's latest revivals. It originally opened on Broadway in 1959. The popular Rodgers and Hammerstein musical was based on the real-life story of Maria Augusta Kuschera and her betrothed, Baron von Trapp. Maria's book, The Story of the Trapp Family Singers, is the basis for the musical and one of the most popular stories ever to come to the American stage. Rebecca, probably one of the most enchanting aspects of The Sound of Music is that it's a true story.
True, yes, true.
And it's enchanting to know that there were the Von Trapp family singers.
Yes.
And that they did tour.
Indeed.
And it was during the war.
Absolutely, they really escaped Nazi Austria, rather. Pretty amazing.
For someone so innocent, she was a powerful woman, wasn't she?
Well, she was. I haven't yet read Maria's autobiography, but it's supposed to be pretty amazing. And yes, she has this image of being this shrinking, violet, or this innocent woman, but she really was. She had to be pretty formidable to go through what she went through and to affect so many lives the way she did.
One thing that's so interesting about the musical is that when we first see the set, it's a maze. And we almost wonder how any of the novitiates could work their way through this maze. It's beautifully done.
Heidi Ettinger did a great job. She's got a great eye for that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it too. I love the way the light hits it and the way they painted it. It's amazing, and the perspective, the way they built it. Pretty neat.
Do you think a lot of Maria's guilt comes from the fact that she can't love God as much as she feels she should? That she has this great love of life and the need to see the world?
Yeah, absolutely. She's constantly being reprimanded in the Abbey for speaking out and not hiding her hands and not being humble and quiet and singing too much. And when she finally decides that something is wrong and this is not the way her life is supposed to be going, of course, because she's also very committed to everything that she sets her mind to, and so it throws her for a loop when she realizes this isn't what her life is supposed to be. But when she finally realizes it's, she accepts it. But.
And then Maria does what so many of us wish we could, and that is just go into life full bore with our senses wide open.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a challenge for me every night. I don't know that I rise to the task, but I try to do that every night.
Music is a wonderful entree in this piece. Whenever there is an awkward moment, when we need to foil the enemy, when we need an introduction of some sort, music comes into play.
That's right. They named this thing the right title, didn't they?
Yes, The Sound of Music, exactly.
Maybe that's what he had in mind when he named it. No one knows why it's named The Sound of Music, by the way. We've all guessed, but nobody really knows. It's an odd title.
There's a great lesson in this musical that it's okay not to conform. True?
Very okay, I'd say, especially when there's a happy ending and it's all about following your heart, following your conscience.
And certainly the nonconformity when it comes to Hitler, as far as Austria is concerned, and the captain, is another lesson too, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it was a true story. They really did leave there. He was a rich man. He left all of his money, all his home, and we took a huge risk to leave the country, risk our lives, risked everything, and started over. They started over in another country.
Every star and every whirling planet and every constellation in the sky revolve around the center of the universe, a lovely thing called I.
Yes, and there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it, and I know, no, I cannot tell you why.
That's charming.
That as long as I'm living, just as long as I'm living, there'll be nothing else as wonderful as I.
One of the songs in the show, There's No Way to Stop It, is not, of course, in the original film version. But this song is very important because, in a way, it's sort of symbolic of what happened with Hitler. A lot of people acquiesced. A lot of people perceived him as being a good force, and look what happened.
Yeah. It's an interesting song that way because it's a debate. But kind of lightly, the music is light and what have you, and the concepts and everything. But Georg von Trapp while he's open to hearing their arguments, he can't go there. And that isn't, it's at the end of that song, as a matter of fact, that he realizes that I can't be with you, Elsa, if you are willing to see things their way, the way of the Nazis. This is not going to work.
The Nazis can hang their flag, they can garb the young people, but they can't steal the souls from the people, can they?
You know, that's what people who have lived through the worst of the Holocaust, even in the concentration camps, you hear them say. I suppose there are some who would say, yeah, they did steal everything I had, but it seems the predominant theme seems to be that no.
Their spirit and their soul.
Which is always, you know, it's hard to comprehend for we who, well, I'll speak for myself, I who have lived comfortably all my life.
And that's why the song Edelweiss in the auditorium setting is so beautiful.
Yes. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever.
We acquiesce, but we know.
Yeah. Just like this flower, which survives. The thing about this flower, the Edelweiss, is it blossoms, I think, even under the snow.
Yes.
Even buried under the snow. It does not die.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Two real-life adaptations brought to the American stage, both of them equally compelling. We hope you enjoyed our discussions of The Scarlet Pimpernel and The Sound of Music. We'll see you next time on National Arts on Broadway.